last night, instead of going to bed, knowing that I had to wake up at 5:30 a.m. this morning, I read the final 100 pages of Not Quite Dead Yet, and I finished it at midnight. So my brain's a little foggy. I got 5 hours of sleep, but I need to talk about this book. I'm a bit of a Holly Jackson fan, and Holly Jackson is coming out with a new book called Not Quite Dead Yet on July 22nd. All of these are young adult mystery thrillers. So Not Quite Dead Yet is her first adult mystery thriller. I do want to give a thank you to NetGalley, I hope I'm saying that right, for giving me access to the advanced reader's copy so I could read it early and give this review to everyone. Not gonna lie, I am a little bit upset at myself that I couldn't wait to get the physical copy because I was reading it and I was like, I can just imagine like getting to flip the actual pages. I don't know if that sounds insane, but I don't have a Kindle, so I did read it on my iPad. I just wanted to get that out there because I love talking about Holly Jackson, but now we can talk about Not Quite Dead Yet. Our main character is Jet. Her real name is Margaret, but she goes by Jet. She's 27, living at her parents' house. She's kind of known as the girl who doesn't do anything with her life, is the impression I got. There are some family secrets that I don't want to reveal because that's part of reading the story. She gets hit in the head with on Halloween. She survives that, but this piece of her skull is in the wrong spot, so she's going to have an aneurysm, I think. A fatal aneurysm by the end of the week is basically the premise. So kind of heartbreaking if you think about it. But like I said, she hasn't done anything with her life really because she was, you know, living in the shadows of other people trying to be someone she's not. So she decides that she's gonna spend this last week of her life solving her own murder. She reconnects with one of her childhood best friends. Seeing that relationship grow was my favorite part of the book. His name is Billy, favorite character. Our main character, Jet, I've actually heard some mixed reviews about her. I personally found her to be really funny. She uses sarcasm as a way to cope with the fact that she's dying in a week, and I think people need to give her a break because, again, she's dying in a week. Yeah, so I really liked the main character, Jet. I thought she was witty, sarcastic, funny, but she also was able to get vulnerable and serious with her childhood best friend, Billy. I do want to say also, in my opinion, I read the book within a week. I thought it was a little bit slow to start, but I also think that's because I was reading not a physical book. I was reading on my iPad. I think if I actually had the physical book, I would have read it in 2 or 3 days. We'll see, because I'm gonna buy it, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to actually read it again. Okay. I was honestly a little iffy, and that's why I kind of waited a while to start the book, because Holly Jackson is known for her YA thrillers and mysteries. I love them so much, and I was like, I don't know, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think if you are worried about that too, I honestly feel like, yes, it's an adult mystery thriller. The characters are late 20s, early 30s, I think. But also, it did remind me a lot of her other writing. You'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed her other books, you'll enjoy it. The main character, Jet, actually did remind me a lot of Pip from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was cool to see some of those parallels. I don't know if this is just me, but I noticed a lot of parallels between Jet and Billy and Pip and Ravi, and I thought that was really cool. I would classify Not Quite Dead Yet as both plot and character driven. It's honestly a pretty even mix, and I love that. There is very strong character development. Overall, I did rate the book 5 stars on Goodreads, but I think it'd be closer to a 4.5. I don't think it's quite 5 stars just because it did take me a while to get into. So I'd say the first 25% was giving 3 stars, but the last 75% was giving 6 stars. I don't know. Do with that what you will, but definitely worth the read. It is a standalone, which is honestly perfect. I think the conclusion was perfect. I think it was so good. The plot twists, if you know anything about Holly Jackson's writing, you know the plot twists are plot twisting, if you will. Like I said, I have read some reviews where some people were able to figure out the plot twists, but I honestly was shocked. Like I said, I stayed up till midnight reading. I didn't expect them at all. I didn't catch a single one. I didn't think there was any loose ends with anything. It is kind of heartbreaking, but what can you do? You know what I mean? I did want to read a few of my favorite quotes. No spoilers, I just want to admire Holly Jackson's writing some more. So, was this what it felt like to be a man walking on this creepy dark bridge, not scared for a second that she wouldn't make it out the other side, because it didn't really make a difference whether she did or not. That's just like truth. This book is so good. She forgot that she was dying because she'd been distracted by living. I'm not a literary expert, so if these quotes are normal, don't bully me. But if she had to be useless in front of someone, maybe she would have chosen Billy Finney anyway. Jet blinked, memorized the way Billy's eyes brightened just for her, saved it, because they wouldn't anymore, not after this. Okay, after reading through all my highlights, definitely a 5-star. Again, I want to give a huge thank you to NetGalley for letting me have access to the advanced reader's copy of Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Once again, this book comes out for everyone on July 22nd, 2025. And just another shout out to Holly Jackson for being one of my favorite authors ever, if you couldn't tell by this entire video. 1000% recommend if you have any interest in mystery thriller as a genre. And that's all I got.